you believe in happy endings?
Yes, we don't always get them.
Paris and Johnny Sexton. A complex relationship of joy and heartbreak. The last time Ireland were there was Sexton's final game in the 10 shirt. Is every player replaceable?
Yeah, they are, yeah. 100%, yeah.
I'd say probably not, because some people are not going to be replicated again, I suppose.
Johnny Sexton?
Exactly, these types of guys. He took teams, I suppose, to a place they wouldn't have been without him.
The Sexton succession remains a work in progress. Jack Crowley and Sam Prendergast have shared the role, but neither have been trusted to be the permanent solution.
Sam's had probably less than 10 games for Leinster before he played for Ireland. It's crazy how far ahead of me he was at this age. Is remarkable.
Is it harder, however good you are, to be the man who follows the man?
Yeah, but I had that period as well.
People are unbelievable in terms of created a debate about a fellow who's played 3 times and a debate about a fellow who's played 95 times.
I had to follow Ronan O'Gara, who was a legend of Irish rugby, and people at that stage were said Sexton will never become as good as him.
That succession was a coach's dream.
11 Keith Earls, 10 Jonathan Sexton.
A fearless apprentice chasing down a maestro.
I'm the one player from the French game that isn't playing in this game, and that's sickening, you know.
Half the country don't want you to play, and they're all giving out about you, and they say they want O'Gara, and you know, so that's a lonely place.
Brian O'Driscoll, captain, Ronan O'Gara and Owen Redden, halfbacks.
In fairness to Johnny, just said well done, your start this weekend, and I was a bit surprised.
Coach Sexton is working with a different dynamic.
Last pass, sorry. Yeah, let's just try and get it to 9.
You can't be the same as you were as a player. You can't let your temper boil over. You have to find a way of getting your message across in a different way, but it's a challenge.
They've got you on their shoulder, coaching them. Is there a chance that they could be intimidated as well as inspired?
You'd have to ask them. I hope they didn't see me as that, even when we were teammates. Maybe they did. You'd have to ask them.
No, I'm done.
I'd say he changed a lot from being a player to a coach in terms of how he maybe messages things. But I have found it incredibly beneficial.
Following in the footsteps of someone like him is always going to be tricky, you know, and they've copped a lot of unfair criticism in my eyes. Being expected to step in and do a job straight away, which is a very difficult thing to do.
International rugby is a tough place for these towns, I'm sure. And it's probably even more prominent now with social media, and everyone has an opinion. But the most important thing is that you're striving to be better.
There comes a time when potential is realised or replaced. Last year, Andy Farrell took 17 Irish players on the Lions tour, but no fly half. 2026 might not need to be defining, but it must be better.
Between World Cup cycles, it's up to us to make sure that we keep kicking on, because staying where we are isn't going to be good enough going forward.
More than 2 years after you retired, should Ireland have found your successor?
Well, I don't know. Why would we want one, you know what I mean?
Because you've had one in the last 25 years.
Yeah, but people will give out about that at the World Cup. We haven't won World Cups because we haven't had, you know, numerous players in each position, and you know, we rely on 110, and we couldn't survive beyond the 23. So yeah, we've got it this way now, and who knows?
I don't think it's going to work if all of us are trying to be like Johnny, because we're not Johnny. We have to try to be ourselves. And I think that's probably when each of us get the most out of the team.
Would it be fair to say one match in Paris can do a lot for a career in an Irish shirt?
Definitely, yeah. Because I grew up watching Irish teams getting beaten badly in Paris, and then we turned a corner. The generation before me changed the expectations, and then the best players that have ever played for Ireland, they started in this position as well, so they could shock us. I hope they do. that's the plan.